Hi Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your March 23rd to the 29th, 2025 reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously, so thank you so very much for doing so. And if you're interested in a private reading, a private personalized meditation, a healing, or a gift card, check out my website, daneharttarot or danehartguidedmessages.com. Both are linked in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. Now, if you are sound sensitive, this is the time to mute the reading, let the healing energy wash over you, and unmute it when you see me pick up the singing bowl. So let's take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. All right, Capricorn, let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Ooh, we're crowned with the Seven of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, the Five of Swords, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. The Seven of Cups, angels and spirit guides. The Queen of Pentacles, that represents us. We're represented by the Pentacles in the minor arcana, angels and spirit guides. We have the Fool, the Page of Swords, the Page of Wands, the Six of Cups, the Five of Cups, angels and spirit guides, and the Hangman. Now let me just move this up just a little bit so that you can see these cards better down here. All right, that looks good on my end. Give me a minute here. Okay, what I think is really interesting is that we have the repeat of the number 5. Now, 5 is a freedom number. And so this is going to be a time where we're looking at our freedom, but we also have the repeat of the number 7. We're looking at freedom. We're looking at truth. We're coming to things with a page mentality, which is childlike mentality to things. So we're coming to things with a sense of curiosity, a sense of wonder, but like a wondering why, wanting to know deeper, how come, asking a lot of questions, looking at things in a different way. We need to take a leap of faith for ourselves. That's just going to be very important during this week. But we also need to be patient with ourselves. So there's going to be this balance coming in where it's like, oh, I need to do this right now, but I need to be patient. I need to think it through. So just being aware and mindful that we can want to act a little bit too quickly. And we're going to kind of pull ourselves back and say, okay, let's look at things from different angles. The Hangman, and ending with the Hangman, means that we're questioning the way that we look at things, and we can be feeling different, and we don't necessarily want to feel different. We want to feel like everybody else, doing what everybody else does, living like everyone else does. And here's the thing, we need to see ourselves and honor us, because just because we can think that everybody else has the perfect whatever, it doesn't mean that it's true at all. And not fitting in, yes, it can be difficult, but it's also going to be empowering when we sit there and we look at ourselves and we say, oh, but this is what I need for me. Like this is what my soul desires. This is how I need to move forward. And I'm embracing what I love. I'm embracing what I'm looking for myself. And so be patient with you during this time. Patience comes through, Capricorn. And we're going to be thinking, I should be pushing this more. I should be this. I should be that. You're not whomever you're going to. Okay. So you're going to be comparing yourself up against one person. And it can be for a while, but this one person has kind of gotten out under your craw. And that's what I'm seeing here. And Spirit's like, but you're not meant to be them. You are meant to be you. So this is going to be a time where you're looking at things and it's kind of like, well, why did I even do this to myself? And it can be that you are giving yourself like this measure of like, this is what success is, or this is what prosperity is, or this is what, whatever it is. And it's like, yeah, okay, that's nice. That's for them. It's not for you. Be mindful about this during this week, because we can get really caught up in, but I was supposed to do this at this time and that at that time and that at that time, and pushing and pushing and pushing. And we forget why we're here. We forget what we love. We don't see ourselves as fully as we need to. So with the Ace of Wands, okay, we're taking this gift from God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, and we're taking it with a sense of wonderment, a sense of passion, a sense of fire. This is also strong fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So if you're born on the cusp with Sagittarius, if you have fire sign energy in your chart, there we go, that's the word, in your chart, it comes through very powerfully. You're looking at things, you're questioning things, you're saying, what about this and what about that and how about this and how about that? But you're also connecting with your inner child self and saying, well, how do I need to move forward in my passion? What is it that I'm wanting for myself? Where is it that I feel kind of like I'm just going through the motions? And then with the Page of Swords coming up, this is a sense of embracing our voice, of embracing what it is that we want, but also looking at things in different ways and not boxing ourselves in. We're going to have a very strong inclination during this week to box ourselves in, saying, this is what I have to be. This is how it has to be. This is what I have to do. And Spirit is saying here, you're coming to things with such different knowledge, such different understanding, such different power, that it's going to be transformative. So being aware of that is going to be very powerful for you. It's going to be very empowering. With the Seven of Cups, you're looking at your dreams. You're looking at what it is that you want. I mean, here with the Five of Swords, it's looking at what you want for yourself, and it's looking at everything that you've been through. And it's not saying, my gosh, I can't do this. It is coming up against something that has made you afraid. And so your initial response will be like, oh my gosh, no, I want to hide away. And then it's like, no, but I can do this. I'm not the same person I was. And that's going to be very important. And that's also going to be one of the ways that you need to show yourself patience here, because you need to look at what you want and know, okay, it is going to take time. I've been building, I've been growing, I've been, working so hard on this. And now it's time for my dreams to come forward. Now it is time for me to look at what I have put on the shelf, or where kind of like I go and I touch base, like every now and then, to make myself feel grounded. But work and life and people and responsibilities, it takes over. And I've forgotten my dreams. And here, it is bringing dreams to our forefront. It is not saying it has to be perfect. It is not saying it has to be a masterpiece. It is just saying that we need to let ourselves dream. We need to let ourselves play. We need to let ourselves embrace wonderment. And the Queen of Pentacles is very much an energy of nurturing, of deeper understanding, of saying, okay, how do I move this forward for me? Where is it that I want to be? How is it that I'm building this? What is it that I'm going for? And so here with the Queen of Pentacles, it is embracing prosperity and success. It is looking at what it is that we deeply want. We're seeing ourselves as a queen, the second highest of the court cards in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck for the Pentacles, right? And the Queen is the nurturer. Now, we may not want to be nurturing. We might be sitting there and be like, Dane, I nurture and I nurture and I nurture. I don't want to nurture anymore. But what the Queen of Pentacles does is she takes the seeds. She takes what it is that we want to plant, and she cares for them, and she nurtures them, and she helps them to grow. And that's going to be part of your power during this time, is to take things and say, okay, it needs time. It needs time to grow. It needs time to build. We'll be very good with this, with everybody else but ourselves. If we can say, okay, it takes time, and I'm going to show that same energy, time, grace to myself as I do to others, that would be transformative. This is also listening to your energy vibration, meaning that if it doesn't feel right to you during this week, don't do it, okay? If it's being frustrating, if it's being overwhelming, step back from it. All right, that's going to be important. Knowing when to care for and when to give it its space, that's going to be important for us. When to care for our dreams, when to nurture them, when to give them their space, when to see that we're frustrated and show ourselves honor and understanding. It brings us then to the Fool. And the Fool here is taking that leap of faith. And it's saying, okay, you know what? I know the noise of the world. I know that I'm afraid, as all human beings are, of being foolish, but I need to take that leap of faith. I need to jump for me. And you land, you're going to land. It always is an impact. You watch ballerinas who are trained, to land as gracefully and softly as possible, and they still make an impact on the ground, right? It still jars them. It still impacts their joints and their bodies. So here, when you land, it's still going to impact you, but there is power to you because you've jumped, you've done it. And it's like, if I can do it, then I can do it now, right? If I can believe in myself and take that leap of faith and go, then I can see myself moving forward. And there comes this questioning around us. Now, this is also, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, okay? So there is energy around us, Capricorn. Now, it can also be Aquarius and Sagittarius energy if we're born on the cusp with them. That comes through very powerfully, or just, air sign, fire sign energy in our chart. But we're going to be questioning a lot. And we're going to be looking at our passion and our fire and what it is that we desire. We're going to be looking at things differently than we have before. And with the Queen of Wands, we're cutting through doubts, fears, and negativities. We are seeing our voice. We're seeing it. We're like looking at things. It's like, oh, well, that has power to it. Or, oh, I didn't mean to say it like that. Or we're just looking at things so differently. And we're really starting to feel and embrace how it is that we want to move forward. And we're looking at our fire, we're looking at our tenacity. Now, we can be also dealing with people who are very young energy. Now, they could be a new soul in this world, most definitely, where they have this innocence to them, or they can be young people, children, most definitely. This can even, for some, this at less, a lot of the teens, maybe into the early 20s. For some people, for others, that spark of innocence, the page energy dies away faster. So it all depends on them and their individual journey. But here with the Page of Swords, it is a questioning, it is seeking. You can be around people who just ask a lot of questions, or just this one person who has really profound questions and has a different way of looking at things. And then with the Page of Wands, there's also that sense of somebody who's very fiery. It's like they are fiery and tenacious and determined and focused, and you're looking at them and you're like, but you're 5, type of thing. So just being aware of that is going to be very important, because you're going to be seeing a new way of you moving forward and a new way of what you want for yourself and from yourself. Now, with the 6 of Cups, nostalgia is big during this week. So just being aware of it. Now, we can be nostalgic for our past. We can also be a little bit harsh on ourselves, remembering when we did something wrong and we wish we could go back and we could change it. But here, it's like we have to remember, and we have to tell ourselves the past is the past. I move forward in my present. Now I can take the beautiful things from my past and guide it, or I can sit there and look at the past and say, okay, this is what I don't want. It depends on our journey. It depends on ourselves. But we're finding balance. We're finding understanding. With the 5 of Cups, we need to change our mind, change our lives. The 5 of Cups, it becomes very easy to get caught up in what wasn't, right? What fell apart, what spilt, what didn't work. And turning around can be very difficult, and see the 2 of Cups standing there, to see the angel behind us, to see the healing, beautiful love guiding us forward. And that becomes transformative. It's like, oh, okay, so that's done, right? The wine in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, it's 3 cups spilt on the ground. The wine has spilt in, right? It's done. It's mud. We can't change it. We turn around. We have 2 cups left. And that we can share. That we can just have 2 cups instead of 5, and that's okay. But we have to change the way that we see it so that it becomes okay. Because what we're fighting against right now is like, it's not how I envisioned it. And Spirit's like, you're right. It's not, and it's not going to be. But can you get on board with my vision for you? It brings us to the Hangman. You are seeing things very differently than you have before. And the thing with the Hangman is that it's uncomfortable, right? We can be like, this isn't comfortable. I want to be just like everybody else. But it's also stepping into the truth of, this is me. And I have to stop berating myself for being different. And I need to make it work for me. That's going to be a very important thing here, Capricorn, where it's like, I'm meant to stand out. I'm meant to go to the beat of my own drum. I am meant to embrace my passion and my fire and my soul, and let myself just be. And that's going to be terrifying. It moves us then to our spirit message, angels and spirit guides. And it is the nuthatch. And it says, stay grounded and welcome the new knowledge and perspective coming to you. And that's going to be really important, because when Spirit said it's going to be terrifying to let yourself be different, because we like the structure, we like the rules of things. Like, this is how you do things, this is how you fall into line. We have that Saturn energy to us, top-down structures, and what we're going to see now is that we need to leave some freedom, we need to leave expression, we need to leave grace for us to open up. And it moves us then to our chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. To grounding and psychic development. We need to know how to root ourselves. Some people love the fast action. They love, the adventure of it all, the noise of it all. And they like to be in situations and places where that feeds them, right? That fast action, knowledge and movement and noise feeds them. Other people like things slower and quieter and calmer, and that feeds them. It's just like being a plant being planted in the soil. If you're not planted in the right soil, if you're not fed the right way, you will not grow. And so here, with the Earth Star chakra located 6 inches below our feet, we are learning how to ground ourselves, how to feed ourselves, how to connect. And then the third eye chakra comes forward. And this is knowledge, right? Coming in, this is psychic development. We are learning how to connect, not just based on the facts and the rules, and this is how it has to be done, but we're also seeing of our expression of self, of what our soul is needing, the intuition and connection with spirit, the knowledge that guides us in a very different way than we've been guided before. And it's like, oh, this is me coming back to center, or this is me coming to center for the first time, being patient with myself and leaving the rat race of what everybody is yelling and screaming, you should be doing this, you should be doing that, and centering myself on me. I will take care of my responsibilities. I will take care of my life, right? But I will show up in honor and in joy for me and who I am, connecting with spirit and being guided forward. It moves us then to our energy to be mindful of during this time, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. And this is the 9 of Wands. Be mindful. You're tired. You're tired of the arguments. You're tired of the battles. You're tired of the chaos, okay? And you just don't want that. And so when it comes up and you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be like with the 5 of Swords, right? There are going to be battles I faced before, but I'm different, right? And it doesn't mean like, oh, I'm not like everybody else. I can handle this differently. It means that when I faced these before and they scared me and they overwhelmed me and they stopped me, that was part of my journey, right? I had that fear come forward. But now I've walked through that, right? I've walked through that fire. I've been, kind of reborn in the sense of my soul. Like, we walked through that hardship. And now there's so much more to you. And this isn't about the endless battles and the weakness and the I can't. This is, I cannot believe how strong I actually am. And this hurt, this pain, this disappointment, this chaos that I have been through, I acknowledge it, but I am not ruled by it. It brings us then to your subconscious spirit message, which is the turkey. And it says, honor your own time of harvest. Offer your gifts and blessings as service to the greater good. Honor your time as harvest. Honor connecting with you and building forward and what you want, like what you bring to the table. It's kind of like your gifts aren't like everybody else's gifts. They're all just a little bit different. It's like no 2 apples taste exactly the same, or at least they didn't before we genetically, modified them. So let's see here. This is my favorite. This is the I am presence. This is the crown chakra. Crown yourself with I am greatness. I am enough. I am powerful. I am strong. Instead of feeling adrift, because it's so easy to feel adrift. It's so easy to feel like, oh my gosh, I'm just holding on. And it's like, no, I am stepping into life-changing, life-empowering energy and self. And it brings us then to be mindful of the high priestess. Be mindful of not listening to your own insight and your own ideas. Be mindful of feeling like you have to follow somebody else's, like somebody else has the playbook. You need to connect with spirit. You need to connect with your energy, yourself. Open up the doors, and then you're going to see, oh, oh, I can do this. Like, oh, this is a new way of looking at it. And here with the High Priestess, be mindful of, first of all, like closing the door to your own psychic developments, your own intuitive self guiding you forward, and be mindful of listening to others over your own intuition and over your own grace. It moves us then to our subconscious spirit message, which is the 9 of Swords. And it's interesting, you have the 9 of Wands, you have the 9 of Swords. It's like, it's enough. Enough is enough. Enough worry, enough doubt, enough fear. And it's also that fear of being human, the fear of what we go through in existence. And as we grow. And so here, it's not worrying yourself. It's not sitting there and thinking, if I just worry enough, right? If I just think about this, I can solve the problem. A lot of times the only way we can solve the problem is by going through it, facing it head on. And you have that inquisitiveness, you have that passion guiding you forward. Ask the questions, follow your passion, follow your fire. It will open up doors in ways that you're like, oh, I didn't realize that. Like, I didn't see it like that before. All right, Capricorn. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this week and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Capricorn. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. Have a blessed week. Bye.